kind of go through, and you can just keep adding points till you create what you want. Whoa, that is interesting. Never done that before. That gives it, that's a cool effect, I'll say that much. Hi there everybody, and welcome back to the Digital Power Workshop. It is I, the hue shift that turns your vibrant sunset into an unexpected monochromatic moment, Techno Meow Tinkerer. And today we'll be dealing with how to use, manipulate, and adjust colors in Krita. Now I kind of struggle how I want to do this because there's so many things that go into different ways you can do colors. So I'm going to have this divided up into segments, and the timestamps will be down below in the description. And so let's log on in. Okay, let me get myself adjusted here because we're going to be working on the right side of the screen. So go in OBS, flip horizontally, and then I'm going to slide myself on over to try to be out of the way. Let's make sure I got the canvas, whoops, a little out so you can see what I'm doing. So I kind of got some stuff going on here already set up, so most of the stuff will be working here. I'm not going to be working directly on the background. I'm going to create a new layer, so you come down to this plus. I'm going to hit this little down arrow, and I'm going to do add new paint layer. Now, as far as the color goes, and some of you may already know this, so you can skip ahead. But you got this little two thing here, two sets of color here, kind of like MSM Paint, except for right click doesn't do the second one. But left click does whatever one is here at the top. You've got your foreground paint selector and your background paint selector. And so over here you got your filament gradient and your filament pattern. We're doing filament pattern. You kind of got all these little patterns you can kind of go through. I'm just sticking to the solid one for right now. And let's give this a bit of a color. Let's go with blue. No, I'm doing background. I don't need blue. Let's do this one, kind of a very dark blue. Now you can hit F on your keyboard, which will select this little paint can right here. This is like a little cup pouring out paint. And you can see there on the screen, if I may have to enlarge it. And I'm just going to right click, oh no, let me left click that thing. I'm also going to go back here and add another layer. Let's see, we're going to do paint layer again. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to bring the marquee tool, and I'm just going to select the workable area because I want to try to make sure all my paint lines I'm getting ready to do are all going to be the same in length. I want to come up here to this where it says horizontal mirror, and it's not a beer, tinkerer. I don't drink anyway, so anyway, I'm going to come on down, make sure it's centered. Then I'm going to change this probably to a brighter blue. Let's see, let's go with that one. And I'm just going to bar over here the line tool. Come here, click on this, and as I come down, I'm going to hold the shift key. And as you can see, the mirror tool is mirroring it to the other side. Okay, Shift Control A deselects the marquee. Control T gets you where you can grab hold of this transform tool. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to add this on this. I'm going to the horizontal mirror. Is it horizontal or vertical? It's vertical, yeah, vertical. Because I want to pull this on down to about the midway point. Boom, midway. And there's a couple different things. Now I'm just going to go over here to this part of the transform. I'm in Scale's got transform tool select. Click on this. Now click back on here. I can pull this on over, and it allows you to grab and manipulate the corner. So I'll pull this on over and bring you back down. Same thing with this one. To give it that kind of a feel like I'm going back into the distance. What I'm doing is get my line tool back. Now, if you ever done perspective, you know you want your stuff in the front look larger than stuff in the back. That's one reason why I kind of want to stretch it out a little bit. Now I'm going to grab my marquee tool because I don't want to do the whole background. I'm going to go back to my paint layer what I'm using for my background colors, and I'm going to click on this gradient fill, and I'm going to click on this top one, and I'm going to hit, let's do this one. Let's do where we can actually have multiple colors, because whatever one you choose, you can hit edit and it'll give you different things. Now I kind of have played around with this, so I kind of already picked the colors a little earlier. We'll move this up, and so basically you'll select this, and either you can double click and it'll open the thing up, or you can just click on one of these. So like right here, I don't want no pink. I guess that's pink, or it's peach. Get rid of that. And you just slide it around of how much of this do you want. I'm just going to click here. Now when you do your gradient, you want to click right here where it says draw gradient, and then we're going to sit here, and then whatever the color, let's see if I remember correctly, the color that so the color that's on the left side is whatever you first left click. The color that's going to be on the right side is wherever your click ends. So if I start here, hold the shift key, as you can see it kind of ends there. And it depends, and you can do it different ways, like, ooh, kind of getting that old 80s video introduction look. I forgot what company used that set of colors. So I'm just going to go from the top to probably about right here to give that little sunset look. Okay. And you can do the same thing, like if I come here, I'm going to create a new paint layer. Okay, alternate control A to deselect the marquee tool. So we kind of got our little sunset now, little gradient sunset. Now I can duplicate this. Since I got this layer copied, I can actually just simply go add clone layer, and then I can manipulate the image. So like if I want to, let's see, use the transform tool again. Why are you telling me I can't do that? You should be able to transform it. Okay. Well, I might have to. It might be something. I might have to just duplicate layer. If you duplicate layer, you just right click, duplicate layer mask. Now I should be able to transform it. Yep. I don't know why it was doing something crazy like that, but I want to do it probably about like that. Bring it on down, and let's give this a little bit more of a flatter look. I'm going to change the opacity, give it a little bit less, and I'm going to come up here to tools, and we're just going to give it a slight blur. Now one of the things I'm going to go on and do, since we're still working with color, is I'm going to go back to this layer, and I'm going to come up, if you remember my text on this, you will be part familiar with this. You come to layer style, and then you can add different type of color. I'm going to go with the outer glow, edit that. Let's see, what color do I want to go with the outer glow? Do we want to go with blue? And just kind of go through and figure out what you want to look. So some basic effect colors you can do. And let me see. Yeah, so that's basically a kind of how you can do a little synth way. You can go and add mountains if you want to. We're not getting that detailed. This is supposed to be a color tutorial, not a synth way. But okay, so I'm bringing out some pictures in because I'm going to ready to do some stuff. Let's reduce these. I kind of put them all ahead on certain layers because I want to show how all the stuff affects different things. And so we'll bring them on down. Yeah, let's make this. So we got the paint that I did. We got official artwork, we got AI art, and we got a photograph. So some of you might remember this photograph from my phone, or to do with your old cell phone. So we're going to go in. Now, when you do the adjustment layers, if I remember correctly, it adjusts whatever layer you have selected is one that it adjusts. So for this one, I'm actually going to go and merge these three together because I kind of won't everything to be somewhat seen. I don't know, we might do this separate. Let's see how this goes. So I'm gonna go, you got your levels, which this plays a part. One of these adjusts the your shadows, your darknesses, as you can see, is making things dark. So if you want to give a little bit more, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Extreme G.I. Joe right there. And of course you can sit here to adjust whether you want a shadow. And this is great if you want to keep a certain color, but if you're trying to get a certain mood, it works. I'm going to bring this on back. Bring this back to center. Now this one, and of course if you go this way, it does it differently. Kind of almost washes it out. Same thing with this one. It kind of, you get in, it gives you a slightly washout too. And so this is where you want to go in if you want to adjust your colors. This is almost more of a muted look versus just simply darkening. I think one deals a little bit with contrast more than the other. Also, we got some other adjustment layers. Of course, auto contrast I never got to work. We got your color balancing, which where you can come in and you kind of pick out, like if you want to do some specific colors. Like how you see, if I change from cyan to red in the shadows. And so this one you can kind of give a little funky, you get a little bit more of a magenta, which is kind of a reddish purple. And you got your red, green, blue, your cyan, magenta. So like one side is your RGB for light, and the other side is your CMY, but they don't have the K for your print. So it is kind of interesting how they got it set up. Mid-tones the same way, you go back and forth if you want to change it. And let's see, you can just say, yeah, you can sit and play around with the different features. So this is another way where you can adjust your colors. Now, what was the other one? Oh yeah, color adjustment curve. This here you can select, and it kind of does what the the levels do a little bit, but you get a little bit more freedom about what area you want to move. So that's more muted. Boy, that is high contrast, very bright. Kind of go through, and you can just keep adding points till you create what you want. Whoa, that is interesting. Never done that before. It gives you, that's a cool effect, I'll say that much. So that's another way you can sit there and play around with the colors. Let's see, what was the other one? Oh yeah, we got another one down here. Let's go down here and do this before we get on. So another way to do is you got your add filter layer. Now add filter layer affects everything that is below it. So like right here, this is a gradient. And it's basically some of the same stuff that we were looking in up here under the filters tool, but it allows you to go through, desaturation gives you, if you want to do that monochromatic gray. Of course, you got your dodge. That's what we were doing earlier. Oh yeah, this right here is one way you can change the colors. Now as you can see here, I'm changing it all, but if you just want to change it on a specific layer, you come up here to filter, go back to adjustments, and you want this HSV adjustment. And since it's only the top layer, so yeah, look, I can have a prime with kind of a bluish arms and stuff. And so you can kind of go through. So now if you want to, this is how you, if you want to change the color. So if you select something, copy and paste that area on a new layer. So like if I was to come in here, and we'll just do, well, let's just do, that'll be easy to do. We'll just do that. I'm just going to select this marquee tool. I'm just going to do a quick little grab of this section of prime on his belt buckle maybe. And let's see, Control C for copy, Control V for paste. You can see it's creating me a layer there. Control SA to deselect. Now if I come back up here to filter, adjust, and go to here, I can now adjust and change that one right there, while still keeping pretty much some of the same tone graphic effects as you can see. But like I said, right here you come to the adjustment filter layer, and this is where Let me zoom out here. Let's see, zoom out. Yeah, we want to zoom out over here. I have to remember which side I need to put my cursor on when I use my scroll wheel to zoom out and zoom in. Let's make sure. Now, so let's get back over here. Clicked on filter layers, and so as you can see, this doing it as a filter layer, it has me where I can do the whole background. Do inverts, levels, and it's fun if you go through here and if you want to go through here and try out different ones. Do multiple adjustment. You might have to do multiple adjustment layers if depending upon what you want to do. It's like get your index color. So if I want to change some stuff around, I can. Pixelation, and of course you do your different blurs, radial blur. Let's see, colors. Now you can do also under here map. You got your gradient map here too. So if you need to, if you want to, let me extend this out so we can see both ends. So if you want to change some of your coloring around, you can on your gradient. Whatever which way you want to go. Of course, you got your normalization, your palette. Boy, that is gives an interesting look. Hey, look! I got me a gold-plated picture of Prime, Felicia, Terrible Tornado, and RC. I can't think of Tatsumaki. I had to sit there and remember her name. Eek. Round corners. Ooh, so now I know how to make round corners for YouTube thumbnails. Like I really am concerned about that. And so yeah, this is some other ways you can affect and edit the colors. Go through, kind of give it almost gives gives them almost a shiny look. A shiny Optimus instead of a shiny Pokemon. Sharp. So these are some ways. Now there is one more I am going to kind of go over, and you come down here and it's add fill layer tool. Now fill layer and add filter layer are two different ones. Filter layer kind of just goes over everything. I'm going to delete that filter layer. I don't need it. Whereas the filter layer goes over everything. Fill layer just goes over that one. So like if I click here, let's see if it does it what I like. Yeah, see how it goes over the stuff in the background. So whatever one layer you're on is the one that it's going to work with. Yeah, let's just stick with that one. It don't matter which one we're playing around with it. And you can also do your color, your gradient. So like it's supposed to be able to do a radial one, in which let's see, come over our colors. Let's change our colors up a bit. We'll go over kind of a reddish there. And we'll kind of go with a fuchsia looking there. And then your position is where you want it. So like if I wanted it to be center of picture, I want to cut that down in size a little bit. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So like I said, the position kind of is like where you want everything to be positioned at. Let's see, I want that 70. Okay, there we go. We're kind of getting it a little bit better back too. So that's one way how you can kind of create a radial gradient if you want. Is you have to go in and you play around with the position number some, so it kind of gives you that look like something is glowing in the background. So if I just had Prime here, I could just have, grab the correct layer, Tinkerer, make it look like he's standing in a glowing background. So that's some stuff you can do with different colors and effects in Krita. Sit there, play around with it, try some stuff out, do some combinations of stuff. So like if I want to get in here, HBC, That almost looks like Toxitron right there. I would not be surprised if that's actually how they came up with Toxitron's colors one bit. There's somebody sitting there playing around with gradient colors. I hope this was informative for some of you and that you found the information here useful. And if you like my content, please like and subscribe and share it with anyone you think might find it interesting. Have a nice day.